How to crochet the fan stitch, left-handed. For this tutorial, you will need a crochet hook. Special thanks to our sponsor Skacel for providing today's hooks. Today we are using their Addy Comfort Grip hooks in the size US J 6mm. And a ball of yarn. Special thanks to our sponsor Imperial Yarn for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their Tracy 2 line in the color Honeydew. The fan stitch is a stitch that is created by doing multiple post stitches into a single stitch. Now, this differs from an increase because you're doing more than 3, or really more than 2, into the same stitch. And it differs from a shell stitch in 2 ways. One is that you'll have a gap in between each of the posts, or at some point you'll have a gap in the fan. Whereas in the shell stitch there are no gaps. The other difference is that fan stitches are almost always, not always, but almost always going to be stacked one on top of another. And shell stitches are going to be clustered together. They're going to be offset and they're going to kind of be embedded where you would have a shell stitch like right here. So they make a much more dense fabric. So I'm going to show you how to do 2 different fan stitches here, and there are an infinite number of possibilities, but here we're going to use the same number of stitches across, but we're going to make 2 completely different fans. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to do a double crochet into our base stitch, and then we're going to chain 1. And then I'm going to double crochet again into that same stitch, and I'm going to continue chaining 1 and double crocheting into that same stitch until I've created the number of stitches that I want for my fan, depending on how big it is or how big your pattern is. This one's going to have a total number of 9 stitches, and I'll show you how that works out in just a second. Okay, so what we have here is we have 5 post stitches. That's these double crochets. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have 4 gaps. I'm going to draw some yarn through here so I can get the crochet hook out of the way. Alright, so we've got our 5 post stitches, and then we have 4 chain stitches, 1 in between each post stitch. And so when we count all of the stitches, we end up with 9. 5 plus 4 equals 9. So we can use this now to create a different type of fan stitch using the same number of stitches but in a different order. So let's show you how to do that real quick. Okay, so we're going to create another fan stitch here, and we're going to use 9 stitches across, but we're going to put them in a different order. So we'll start again with a double crochet, and then this time instead of doing a chain stitch, we're going to do another double crochet. Alright, now we're going to do our chain 1, then we'll double crochet again. Then we're going to do another chain 1, and we'll do another double crochet. Then we'll chain 1, double crochet, and we'll finish off here with another double crochet. Okay, so now we can see what we've done here is we've created another 9 stitch fan. We have 2 double crochets, then a chain 1, then a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then 2 more double crochets. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this would actually fit nicely with the other stitch. The biggest difference between these 2 stitches is where the center lies. So on our first fan, the center is actually this middle post stitch, and so you would work into that stitch right there. Now on this fan, the center stitch is actually a chain stitch, and so we would work our stitches into the chain going up. So we can see now that we've got two pretty identical looking fans using the same number of stitches, identical in size anyway, but with a little bit different looks. They're not super drastic in the look, but you can get an idea of how you can make different types of fan stitches using just different orders of these stitches. You could do this fan stitch if you wanted with 3 double crochets, 3 chains, and then 3 more double crochets, and then you'd work into the 3 chain space in the middle. So the possibilities are endless, and that's how you crochet the fan stitch. Want more New Stitch a Day? Check out our website at newstitchaday.com.